anyway, before we make our way to Reinhold Manor, first, in coins and puzzles. Oh, hello. I'm Percy, St. Mystere's unofficial writer-in-residence. Reinhold Manor, you ask? Head up that road to the right. It's immense, so you'll know when you see it. But before you go, why not try your hand at this puzzle I thought up?
Oh, a puzzle.
See if you can figure out which house is mine from the instructions I give you. I'll even swing the deal for you. If you manage to solve this puzzle, I'll tell you about this village. So how about it? You will try, won't you? After all, a writer is nothing without an audience. Alrighty, where's my house? Can you find my house? Go to the front door of my place and turn left. At the first intersection you come across, take a right. Turn right again at the following intersection, and you'll come face to face with the morning sun. This was another one. Okay, so one thing about the Professor Layton games, including with me with puzzles, sometimes I'll get the right answer, but I had the wrong idea. So in this case, me, not being a smart, I have no idea which direction the morning sun faces and such, until I found out it was west. So basically what I just did, I just basically took a random house and such, and then just basically, followed the instructions they said, and whichever one was the right one, I just basically went with it. So the answer to this one is this blue house right here, because if you go out here and take a left, you take a right, then you take another right, and you come face to face with the morning sun, which is right over here. So yeah, the blue house is the correct answer.
There we go. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Yes, that's what I just said.
I've sent it before.
Alrighty. So yeah, the puzzle says you could also work on it backwards too to get the right answer, but I didn't think about that at the time. Impressive. I thought I sent out quite the puzzle, but you made short work of it. Now for that gossip I promised you. The Reinhold family owns all of the land this village is built upon. I hear they own all the buildings too. I guess you could say this town sort of belongs to the Reinholds. Well, I'll be on my way now, but rest assured that the next time we meet, I'll have a harder puzzle for you. Alrighty. Now we have another puzzle with this clock. That clock tower is rather worse for the wear. Speaking of clocks, I've got just a puzzle for you. Admittedly, it concerns a more modern type of clock, but never mind that minor detail. Alright, additional digits. Imagine a digital clock like the one shown below. How many times will the clock display 3 or more of the same numbers in a row over the course of one day? In case you were wondering, the clock in this puzzle displays time on a 12-hour scale, not military time. So this is another one where you do have to read, you have to carefully read the question and let them know what they're asking you, because sometimes the puzzles can really trick you if you're not, thinking carefully. So the puzzle is asking us, how many times will this clock display 3 or more of the same numbers in a row on a 12-hour scale? So let's do the easy ones first. So we got 333 right there. You know what, I'm just going to do a tally. I think I'll do a tally. We'll try that. So that's one with 333. 111, that's another. 222, 444, and 555. So that's 5 right there. The sixth one we could say is 1111 because it displays 4 times. Then we got 1222 because the 3 twos. Alrighty. Now this one can be a little bit tricky as well. So those are all the easy ones. What about something like 10 o'clock? 3 zeros in a row. So that's another one. And remember when I said about 1111? Why just 1111? Why not 1110? 1112? 1113? 1114? 1115? 1116? 1117? 1118? 1119?
Oh crap. That is a lot.
That's basically all it is to it. So we've counted the tallies. We got 5, 10, 15, 17. Now it did say in one day. So since this is a 12-hour scale, you basically take 17 times 2. And you get your answer, which is 34. Hey, I actually got a 34 too in this one. Nice. Yeah, that's one thing about that's another thing about the Professor Layton games, especially this one. Make sure you write your answer real fast if you can, because sometimes if you don't write real fast, you'll sometimes write a number or a letter that you don't mean to write. And if you hit submit before you realized it, then yeah, that's basically one of the most embarrassing way to get a puzzle wrong. But yeah, as you can see here, yeah, that's just what I said. 111, 222, and then you got the 11s and the 10s. So yeah, it even says it's easy enough to spot times like 111 or 222, but many people forget about combinations like 10 o'clock or 1112. Precisely the answer I was looking for, Luke. Well done, my boy. My boy. Alright, let's go on.
Kai, boy.
Professor, look at that man standing in the street. He's blocking the path up to Reinhold Manor. How terribly rude. Perhaps he'll move for us, but I have a feeling he has no intention of doing anything of the sort. Alright, before we do that. There we go. As like him. You could be Marco.
Hold up. Never seen you two here before. What's a couple fresh faces like yourself doing here?
We're here by invitation of the Reinholds. Now if you'll excuse us, we have business through the gate.
Business with the Reinholds, is they so? Something strange here. Yeah, fishy pair, I don't trust you, that's for sure, but I'll let you pass if you can solve this riddle, see? Just to warn you, it's a tough one. It ain't gonna be easy, is it? No way. Definitely not gonna be easy. No way.
Pizzeria. Anyway, this is one of the few. Actually, this is one of the really rare ones where the answer to this puzzle is actually different. So, all right. So basically, what you got right here, you have 8 scales that are pretty much all the same weight except for one. So what they want you to do is that they want you to place each of the weights on these scales and try to find the lightest one in here. But you're only allowed to use it twice. So basically, yeah, what you gotta do, yeah, just load them onto the scale, press the button, you got it once, and then you press it again, and then you do it twice and such.
Ooh, I want to do this one.
Alright, wanna try? Alrighty. See if you can try this one.
So... I think I saw this, what I'm doing on Cyberspace. You know, that PBS Kids show?
It's been a long time since I've seen that one, so I don't know how many here are on the PBS Kids.
Okay, so we know which weight is the light one, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be only one. I see what you're going here. But remember, you're only allowed to use it twice, so... yeah.
Okay, so it's 6 or 8.
It's up to you. It's up to you if you want to take the. You can only do it twice. You can't do it again.
I know.
Here's a better way you could do this.
Do the weights stay the same when you restart it?
No. No. The weights don't. No, the weights don't stay the same. Usually they're all different. That's why I said this is one of the few puzzles where it's actually the answer is actually different. So here's one thing you can do. Instead of doing 4 on one side and 4 on each side, do 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. You do have the right idea. All right, now use it. Okay. Now, all right. So now pick only 2 out of those 3 numbers. Only 2. Pick one that pick one that's gonna sit out. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like put that back where you found it, and then no, I mean now choose one of those and put it on those side.
But what about these 2?
No, you don't have to worry about them. Trust me. Go. It's 1. Yeah, 1's the answer.
I don't get it.
Because I could re-explain it in the puzzle index. But basically, what you need to do is like to solve this puzzle with no guesswork, you must load 3 weights on the side of the scale for your first measurement. If you manage to get that far, the rest is easy. So I'll replay it just to you can read this one.
Hey, not that bad. Pretty sharp bunch, aren't you? Pair of good sharp apples, the 2 of you.
So have we satisfied you? May we pass now?
course you can pass. Move along here. You better make sure you give my regards to Lady Dahlia.
Okay. Alright, so let me go back to the puzzle index, and this would be a good opportunity. So, are there any puzzles that you want to retry or basically explain better and such? Just go to the puzzle index, click on the puzzle that you've already solved, and do it again.
Do you lose pick-a-rats?
No. The good thing is that if you already got the pick-a-rats, then you don't have to worry about losing pick-a-rats, if you get it wrong. Alright, so basically, like I just said, you want to put at least 3 weights on one side, and then another 3 weights on another side. Now use the scale. Now see how the light, now they only want the light one. So only 1, 2, or 3 is, one of these 3 is a light one, so you don't have to worry about 7 or 8, because they'll be the same weights no matter what. They're the same weights as, like, 4, 5, and 6, so don't bother with them. And then basically, so now all you have to do is choose, alright, well, it's either going to be 1, 2, or 3. So to make it easy for you, just, pick one of the 2 numbers and have one sit out. So in this case, I'm going to have 1 sit out, and then I'm going to put 3 over here. And now 2 is the light one and such. That's basically what they're asking you.
There we go.
Okay. If I would have had one more,
Critical thinking is the key to
I would have
success.
been able to do it.
No, that would not be a good one to do. Because if you were to do 4, then basically
No, I'm saying if I had one more try on the scale.
I mean, if you had one more try, you could, yeah, but they only gave you 2 and such.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why 7 and 8 don't work, because like I said, it's already the they already give 7 and 8 don't work because they're the same they're already the same length as or at least they weigh the same as 5 and 6 or like the other numbers. They only want the puzzle did say only one of the weights was lighter. Anyway, I guess I'll be Ramon.
No. And just who might you be?
My name is Layton, and this is my assistant. We received an invitation to visit Reinhold Manor.
Ah, yes. We've been expecting you, Professor Layton. But you will have to excuse my skepticism. Can't trust anyone these days, you know? For all I know, you could have just be another hooligan in a top hat. So how do I know you're the real Layton?
Did you hear that, Professor? The nerve of this fellow. Surely you aren't going to go through with this after an insult like that. Now, Luke, settle down. Sir, are you saying you'd like to test me to see if I'm the real Professor Layton?
Precisely, Professor Layton. Now, if you don't mind, would you please just solve this puzzle for me?
Alright, this one introduces another famous trope in Professor Layton, sliding. Well, sort of a slider. But basically what we have here is that we have 3 wolves and 3 chicks. And your task is to put the 3 is to get all 6 of these animals to the other side of the land with this raft. So basically you're only allowed to have two animals in a raft at a time. And the raft will not move unless at least one animal is on that raft. Now here's where the tricky part comes in. You need to make sure you have either at least more chickens or at least the same number of chickens as wolves. Because if you have more wolves than chicks on either side, then basically the wolf will kill the chick and you have to start over. So this one can be a little tricky, but it's actually not that bad. And sometimes, yeah, they give you some stuff like, hey, you can beat this in 11 moves, so see if you can try it. So this one's actually not too bad. It's pretty simple. Alrighty. Let's see here. And there we go.
should do it.
Nice thing about these sliding puzzles, you can never lose pick-a-rats on here. You can never get an incorrect answer. It's just a matter of time till you actually complete the puzzle. So yeah, there are some puzzles in which, like, you can never lose pick-a-rats on. As long as you complete the puzzle the way they want you to complete it, you'll get the pick-a-rats regardless.
Do excuse my earlier rudeness. Let me show you to the manor. Everyone's waiting for you.
Everyone? I was under the impression that Lady Dahlia was the only person expecting me.
Right this way, please.
Alright, wolves and chicks. Before we do, puzzle. Wow, look at those flowers. They sure are pretty. Indeed they are. I'm sure someone put a lot of work into raising them. Oh, that reminds me. Would you like to hear a puzzle about raising flowers? You bet, Professor. Let's hear it. Farm work. 20. Alfred and Roland have been hired by a farm to sow flower seeds. They've been assigned a 10-acre plot of land and split it in half so they can work independently. Roland starts from the east and Alfred from the west. Alfred can plow the land at a rate of 20 minutes per acre. Roland takes 40 minutes to plow, but sows seeds at 3 times the speed Alfred does. If sowing seeds on a 10-acre plot pays $100, how much of that money should go to Roland? Alright, this is another one where you do have to read the question carefully before you answer. So, alright, so the two boys have been assigned a 10-acre plot of land, and they want to split it in half so they can work independently. The 10-acre plot pays $100. So, if they were to do the whole plot, they would both get 100. But if they were to split it in half, then that money would also have to be split in half as well.
Yeah, so it should be 50.
Mm-hmm. So, yep, 50 for both of them.
Well, here's my guess. Professor, I've solved it.
That's right. The beginning of the problem says that the two men split the 10-acre plot of land in half so they could work independently. In other words, they both had the same amount of work assigned to them. Since each person did half the work, the pair should split $100 right down the middle. Each person gets $50. Correct. Good thinking, Luke. Alrighty. Let's go on in. Is this the manor, Professor? DS screening. It's positively gigantic. Just look at the size of it. It certainly seems like we've come to the right place. And chapter 1's done. So yeah, so since I do know this game inside and out, it's possible that we're probably going to finish this game in probably, I'll say, 3 or 4 sections, maybe 5, give or take. The Professor and Luke finally arrive at Reinhold Manor. Let's head in, shall we? Yes, sir. Alrighty, let's go. Welcome to Reinhold Manor. Thank you for coming. I am Matthew, butler and servant to the Reinhold family. Everyone is waiting upstairs for you. But before you go, I have a message from Lady Dahlia. She has requested that you take a look at this puzzle. Please do not be taken aback. Madame has the strangest sense of priorities sometimes. Alright, so this one, so we're gonna see a couple of these puzzles, but yeah. For this one, we're gonna move the match, so we can, touch the corners to turn it around, and just pick it up from the side and pick and drag it somewhere. So let's go to the puzzle. The matches below are arranged in the shape of a dog. This poor little guy was just minding his own business when a car came barreling down the road and ran him over. So we have to we only have to move 2 matches to change the picture so that it shows the dog after the accident. So this one is a little tricky and such. When I did this puzzle, I thought they probably wanted me to do something gruesome, like remove his mouth or tail or something. But no, like the way it's run over, it's not like a gruesome run over. It's more like a cartoony run over. So basically, have you ever seen like old style cartoons where someone gets run over by a car or something flat, they get flattened themselves. So if you move the matches like this, this is basically your answer. Now be careful though, because these puzzles can be a little picky about where your matches should move. But this should be the right one. And if it's not, whatever.
That should do it.
There we go. Yep.
Another puzzle solved.
So, yeah, like I said, it's not a gruesome one, it's more of a cartoony one. He's even got his tongue sticking out. That's absolutely correct. My cadetman, sir. Again, I do apologize for the strangers of the request. Now please walk this way. We mustn't keep Lady Dahlia and company waiting. Alrighty, before we do that. Professor, look at these paintings on the wall here. It's a very nice portrait, isn't it? I bet that's the late Baron Reinhold picture there. But what about this one, Professor? Look at this pretty girl B. The 2 portraits are next to each other, so they're like family. She's probably the Baron's daughter. That's actually right, sir. You are looking at the portrait of Flora, the late Baron's daughter. Pardon me for asking, but I couldn't help but notice your keen interest in art. Would you care to take this old frame with you? It used to hold the most wonderful painting. However, now all that's left of it is a small scrap. Alright, another staple in the Layton series, minigames. So now every time that you solve a puzzle, you will get a certain piece of that said minigame that you can open in the trunk. Now, the way these minigames are going to be played out, I'm going to give Justin, me, and Toy Bonnie a minigame of their own based on, like, the minigame itself and who I think would be best suited for that said minigame. The painting one I'll do myself. I can't do it just yet until I get all the pieces of the, basically all the painting scraps to do it. So once I do it, we'll do it. But yeah, the painting one is basically going to be my minigame. So this is a piece of that old painting then. How interesting. Alrighty. Hold on a sec, folks. I want to check something real quick. You don't have the,
I got it off. I sent a message. See?
Okay. Bookshelves seem to line every wall of this estate. The Baron must have been quite an avid reader. It's important to keep your mind sharp, Luke, so why don't you give this puzzle a go? Alphabet. Alright, here's the quick and easy one. The first letter of the alphabet is A, and the letter B comes after letter A. However, the letter you need to worry about is the last one. What's the last letter of the alphabet? Here's a hint. It isn't Z. So this one's a bit of a tricky one, but if you read it very carefully, the answer is actually a little obvious. So, if the last letter of the alphabet isn't Z, then it's obviously they're not talking about the normal alphabet, but a different kind of alphabet.
Alpha, beta, gamma.
I don't think it would be that simple. The last letter you need to worry about is the last letter of the alphabet.
Gamma, delta, omega.
No, not the Greek alphabet. Like I said, I do permit you to use hint coin if you want a hint coin. Okay, well, let me give you another hint. If it's not the actual alphabet or the Greek alphabet, could it be some kind of alphabet right here in the puzzle?
T?
Yes. Yeah, when they say the last letter of the alphabet, they're meaning the actual word alphabet itself.
I think I've got it. I did it! Yes!
Good job. The last letter in the word alphabet is the letter T. And it's fitting because, you know, my first name starts with a T. And so does Soy Bonnie with his username.
Uh-huh.
How did you like that? How did you like the puzzle, Luke? I hope it has prepared you for tackling more difficult puzzles.
Luke's there, just...
I don't even give a shit, Professor. Why do you always keep giving me these puzzles when we should have when we have a job to do? That's why you make me late with my schoolwork.
Does he even go to school?
I mean, he's 12 years old. You should go to school. Although, considering the places he goes with Layton, it doesn't surprise me that he doesn't go to school.
You must be Professor Layton, I presume. It's an honor to make your acquaintance.
Oh no, the pleasure's all mine.
No!
Luke!
Claudia, darling! Come back, sweetie!
Honestly, why am I constantly surrounded by incompetence? This is a disaster! Whatever is the matter? Oh, this is simply terrible. My dear sweet baby, my Claudia. Your Claudia? Sweet, sweet Claudia, my little honeykins, my smoochy pie, my baby. Matthew, Matthew! Madame, what is it? What in the world happened? My little Claudia got scared and ran off. Didn't you see her dart out of the room? I must have missed her. I'm terribly sorry, madam. Oh, you're just useless, aren't you? Professor, you didn't see which way my baby ran off to, did you? Your baby, madam? If you are referring to that white cat, I saw her run out that door a moment ago. What? And you simply stood there and let her escape? Well, she is a cat. They are animals after all, and animals must run from time to... You fool! She's not just a cat. She has a name, and that name is Claudia Reinhold. She's a delicate flower, and she is simply a mess when I'm not close by to comfort her. Matthew, I need you to find Claudia and bring her back immediately. About this little inheritance problem of yours, Lady Dahlia. That can wait. Can't you see that we have a more pressing concern on our hands at the moment? You could have stopped her, and you didn't, so you have a responsibility to find Claudia and bring her back. Sending the professor off to find a silly cat. The nerve! Who do you think you are? Excuse me. Oh, it's fine, Luke. Besides, Lady Dahlia does have a point. It does seem we let Claudia run off. Madam, if you'll excuse us, we have a cat to track down. Thank you, and please hurry. My Claudia is such a delicate flower. Even the coarse outdoor air might prove too much for her. Alrighty. So now we are starting Chapter 2, The Fugitive Feline. So basically we gotta find the cat now. That's safe, just in case.